Hello and welcome back for another artist and writerly tarot reading for the month. The less said about my February, the better. We're just going to leave it at that, all right? Artistically, it actually wasn't too bad, though. Like, it's just everything else. Like, artistically, doing okay. Got to do a little bit of painting. Got some dragons that I painted here that were, you can see them over on my other channel. I like this guy. They like the expression I gave him. He's so angry. And who can blame him, given the situation of the world? So, you know, little cathartic art there. And my writing's been going pretty good. I kind of got off of my, not really writer's block, more like writer's slump that I was having with my drafting, and got a lot of work done on editing that sci-fi that I plan to publish this year. So, yay! But if y'all don't care about that, we are here for our reading. I have my animal deck because I wanted a deck that was going to be kind to us, let's hope. Because at least in the United States and lots of other places, we are not having a good time right now. It's actually having a bad time, actually. But let's see what the cards have to say for us today. How was your February? Was it good? Was it bad? How's the art? Let's go. Our first card is the Ace of Swords, but it is reversed. I'll flip it up so you can see it upright. It's a swan. Ace of Swords reversed. Of course it's swords because, hello, I always draw swords. It's like a guarantee. When I don't draw swords, we get worried. All right, so the ace today is telling us that while we might be like on the verge of something, you know, in our art, whatever it may be, like perhaps I am on the verge of publishing my sci-fi book, it's like we don't feel quite ready yet, which is very accurate for me because the book still has a few things that I need to do to it. So this is basically saying we need to take a step back and be like observant and thoughtful and just like take a minute before we like dive into whatever our big next step is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a long break. Just like let's sit with it in this coming month and think about like what are our next steps. What though is the next card? That one is kind of like the one that I like to have. Oops, this one just popped out. As like our base setting for the month. So our base setting is one of kind of being cautious and thoughtful. And next we have the Page of Cups reversed. Let me flip it over so you can see it. There you go. Page of Cups reversed today. So this guy is saying that we are being maybe a little bit too cautious in some ways. The book that I looked at specifically mentioned like being afraid to share our ideas lest we fear they are stolen, which reminded me of a post that I saw from a young author not too long ago with that fear, saying I want to share like some of my work, but I'm worried that somebody's going to steal it. And we as artists do tend to worry a bit over much about our art being stolen. Granted, it will be stolen by AI at this point. AI is going to scrape your work if you put it anywhere. Heck, even if you're a writer using Word, it's out there. So there's not really a way to protect yourself from that at this time, unfortunately. We just all have to do our best out here. But as far as other humans taking your work, don't be too afraid to show your work. If it's something visual, you can always put a watermark on it. What I like to do with my writing is share small, out-of-context snippets of my books online so that people can get a feel for what my writing is like without actually having to like have anything that's substantive enough to steal. But I do think what I'm getting from this in combination with that card with the Ace of Swords is that we are being cautious, but we shouldn't be cautious because we're worried about sharing. That's the wrong reason to be cautious. Like we might be cautious because we need to take a few extra steps and make sure that something is where it needs to be before we share, but ultimately don't be afraid to share. That's what I'm getting from this so far. And finally, what is our final card? Whoopsie, here we go. Hopped right out. We have the Seven of Cups, and it is upright. We got an upright card at last. Boy, all three cards this month are giving me this vibe of like, hang back, observe the situation, don't be overeager. That's what all of these cards are telling me in different ways. Like this one is also saying like, now's not the time to just rush headlong into something. So be thoughtful about it. Assess your options, watch out for wishful thinking, read the fine print. Is basically what this is saying. Like, let's not just, if there's anything too good to be true, don't believe it. Make sure that what you are sharing, you're doing so cautiously, you know, but do share. Like, I don't think it's saying don't share. I think it's just saying that don't plunge right in. Like, maybe this month, not the month to like go publishing willy-nilly, like a book that you wrote in November. It might need to cook a little bit more. You know, you might need to maybe send it to an editor, which I happen to be. Hello, hi. Contact me if you have any questions about that. But anyway, might be time to maybe sit with a mentor or something like that. Just like share it with people maybe in your inner circle and then branch out from there. But don't make any big steps is what I'm hearing about this month. No big giant leaps, perhaps. Let's be methodical. Let's be reasonable about this whole thing. Which, with the way this year is going so far, yeah, we probably shouldn't do anything like too big or crazy, because who knows what's going to happen next. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and don't forget to check out my other channel where I talk about books and writerly things. And I will see all of you next month. Thanks for joining me.